Hey everyone, and this is my week 2 weight loss. So this is my weigh-in and measurements. So from the outside, it doesn't look like much has changed, and with my frumpy clothes and messy room, it looks like I've actually gained weight. But that's not even true, but we'll get through the measurements in a minute. So I wanted to show you some before, front, side, back pictures. This is my week 2 weigh-in. So you can watch the transformation, and hopefully you have some that you're doing at home. Now I'm ashamed to admit that those 2 workouts I uploaded earlier this week were the only 2 that I actually made it through because of midterms. However, this next week I'd like to rededicate, but let's go over the measurements. So I moved my weigh-in up to the top because it was just easier and I didn't leave space at the bottom. But this week I weighed in at 150 and I lost 2.6 pounds. However, I did use a different scale, so keep that in mind because I used a medical grade before and now I'm using a home scale, so they'll be consistently from there. I am the same for the chest weigh-in, down a little bit for my belly button. I'm now 34.75, so that's just over an inch loss just around my belly button area. I also added in one more measurement around my hip bones, but I'm down a little bit around the biggest part of my butt, and then the hip bone, now that measurement, you just put it on your hip bones and throw it around, do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around, measure it, it's just fine. So that's kind of going to be a starting one. My thighs, one thigh is down a little bit and the other one isn't, so that's kind of a funny thing. Maybe I did too many on one side of those leg things and not the other. And then for my calves, they're a little bit the same. Now, the reason why I wanted to put this in is because if you notice, I'm 15.5 on one and 15 on the other, but depending on where you measure it can make all the difference in the world. And I put notes out to the side on all of my measurements about the differences, like above on the calves it says skin, and my bicep it says that I'm up, but I just measured a different part of the arm, or a fattier part of the arm, and so it says that it's more, which really it's not. It's just the fattier part of my arm. So, and then I did go ahead and measure my high chest again and my wrist. So the high chest, I think it was just in a slightly different spot, so there's a little bit of change here and there, so be aware that measuring tactics and inches can make a little bit of a difference. The neck measures the same, and it's about a week. So, and then like I said, I moved my weight in pounds each week. I moved it up to the top since I didn't really leave room on my paper on the bottom. So if you haven't started right yet, make sure when you make your paper to leave room at the bottom, or put it where you want it. So yeah, so it wasn't too bad this week. So I've got a long way to go, but I'm getting there. Well, thanks so much for the support. See you next time.